Alrighty, good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good morning today. It is Friday the 5th, I think. Yep, May 5th. And we are Facebook Living for another morning devotion. So today we're going to be in Psalm 59, and we're going to be in the first 7 verses. And the heading in my Bible says that the context of this psalm is when Saul had sent men to watch David's house in order to kill him. So that's always a lovely time for David. So let me go ahead and we'll read it. We'll kind of get into the context of it and then make a couple observations. So it says this, verse 1, "Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Be my fortress against those who attack me. Deliver me from evildoers, and save me from those who are after my blood. See how they lie in wait for me. Fierce men conspire against me. For no offense or sin of mine, Lord. I have done no wrong, yet they are ready to attack me. Arise to help me. Look on my plight. You, Lord God Almighty, you who are the God of Israel. Rouse yourself to punish all the nations. Show no mercy to the wicked traitors. They return at evening snarling like dogs and prowl about the city. See what they spew from their mouths. Their words from their lips are sharp as swords. And they think, who can hear us?" And so, so the context here obviously is, from what it says in the heading, at least in the passage I have, Saul has sent men to kind of catch David and to kill him. And it appears that they're sort of waiting outside of his house, and kind of just waiting for the opportune time to probably to silently kill David. Because I imagine, well, if you know the story of David, David's a hero at this point. One of the reasons why Saul wants to kill David is because he's jealous of him, because the people sing songs that Saul has killed his thousands and David has killed his 10,000s. And so Saul is jealous of David. He recognizes David as a threat, and I imagine silently wants to get rid of him so that he doesn't have him in his life any longer. And so David is, he's kind of hip to this idea. He's not a dumb guy. He realizes that there are probably people following him around as he makes his way through his neighborhood or whatever. He realizes that there's a car trailing him, and he realizes that Saul has probably sent these men to kill him, and eventually will go into hiding. But at this point, he's still kind of in his house and watching out and praying out to God. Hey, God, you're going to have to help me out here because I'm in a tight spot. What caught my attention this morning from the passage, a number of things. One, we always want to be praying for protection. It's not that people send a hitman out to get us, but the enemy does want to, let's be honest, he wants to kill, he wants to steal, he wants to destroy our lives. And so it's always important to be praying for that supernatural protection, not only for ourselves, but for our family members and our friends and just for everyone in general. And so that's an important thing to always be thinking about, that we do live in a spiritual battle. But the thing that caught my attention was verse 7. David says, "See what they spew from their mouths. The words from their lips are sharp as swords. And they think, who can hear us?" And he makes that connection that the words from their lips are sharp as swords. And, just the things that we say to one another, they have an effect. And depending what we say, depending how we say things, it can be a positive effect on someone, and it can be negative. And I was just thinking about how important it is for us to watch what we say. That the words that we say can make an impact on a person's life. And oftentimes, like the scriptures say, that what comes out of our mouth is actually kind of what's in our heart. And if we find ourselves saying negative things to people, if we find ourselves being harsh with other people, I mean, that's a good indicator that our heart is sick, that our heart is messed up. And the reality is that our heart is a bit messed up, and it's being healed. But one of the ways that we can cooperate with God in our salvation as we work out our salvation is taking notice of what we say to people and how we speak to people, and asking the Father, hey, I have a lot of toxic things that I say. And obviously, Father, that's coming from my heart, so my heart needs healed. And then cooperating with Him in that. Oftentimes, the reason we spew out nasty things about other people or harsh things is because we are in some way trying to build our own identity through propping ourselves up, and often that includes pushing others down with our words. So kind of that's what caught my attention this morning, kind of just being careful of what we say, and obviously simply just praying for protection, not just simply for ourselves, but other people in our lives as well. Watching our words and being observant of our words is one of the best ways to gauge where our heart and soul is at. When we find ourselves being encouraging and positive, it can almost always point to a good place in our heart. And if not, one of the things I've learned is that to always just think before you speak, like just a kind of common sense. But sometimes we need common sense. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys today. And it is Friday, so step out in faith today, and whatever that looks like, whatever God's calling you to do. And I probably will not be doing devotions next week. I've got kind of a busy week, and so probably not going to do that. But anyway, I'll catch you in a couple of weeks for that. And yeah, so have a great weekend. Hopefully it'll stop raining and we can have a nice weekend. And blessings to you guys. Have a great day. Love you guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.